I'm TV 46 Sports Director Chuck Freeby. Over the next 6 weeks, we're going to give you an inside look at one of the hottest college basketball programs around, the Bethel Pilots. Coach Mike Lightfoot, players, and Bethel officials will join me, and we're going to get it tipped off and start our season next on TV 46. Bethel Basketball, Chuck Freeby joined by the head coach of the Pilots, Mike Lightfoot. And we're picking up the Bethel season as they go into the heart of the Mid-Central Conference season, a conference that has improved steadily over the years and now features a bevy of top 20 teams, Mike. And as we start the season here in January, you're already 0-1 in the conference, having lost a tough place to play in Taylor, and the conference starting to take shape with a number of solid teams.
Well, it's just unbelievable how many teams are ranked in our conference, and it's by far the best conference in the country. And so it makes it great for fans, but also makes it very tedious and hard for the coaches, because you got to prepare every week and you got to be ready to play. And if you don't come ready to play, you're going to get beat.
And it put a lot of pressure on your home conference opener against Huntington, a game that happened while the students are gone, so you lose a little bit of the atmosphere of the Camp Center and Gates Gymnasium. But it was still a very important game for your team, and your guys came out ready to play in this one.
Well, we really felt we had to. You know, when you're playing at home, it's a must-win, and, you know, we took the ball this strong to the basket, and I thought we got off to a very good start, which is important, especially at home. When teams are traveling into the Camp Center, you want to get off to a good start, and here's Will making this good, strong move inside. And we really felt we needed to go inside and get the ball to our big men, and then, you know, at the same time knock in some perimeter shots to balance our inside and outside attack. So, you know, it was a good start for us, a good take there by Ryan with his left hand. And, you know, I think it set up things so our full court pressure. And you can really see us attacking the basket. And that was a big dunk there by William. I said that was an All-American dunk late in the game that we had to have.
Well, you really had to have it because Huntington had made a run in the second half, and that flush by Will Walker really broke the game open. As you see there on the scoreboard, 20 points and 13 rebounds for Will. But as usual, a very balanced effort, and I think that's been one of the hallmarks of your teams when they've been successful, is you get that kind of balance over the years. Your defense is really playing well this year, and I think no game really shows that better than the one we're about to see when you took on Indiana Wesleyan, a favorite to win the conference at the Camp Center, and you came in and really took it to them in the first half. Tyler Brown, very aggressive from the outset.
And, you know, that's the thing again. We've got key people. Tyler Brown's a tough matchup for people because he can slash and he can post up. And Corey Lance did a great job also of playing great defense on one of their key players. And again, we're just seeing our guys play with a lot of confidence in this game. And Wes Leidig has been huge for us since Christmas. He has really stepped up and come off the bench and really given us another starter that's coming off the bench. And so when you have that type of production from all your players, it's very difficult to defend. But again, it's a game where our students are still not on campus, but it's a must-win. And there you can see Ryan knocking down some threes, which he's been hot now behind the three-point line.
Well, indeed. And then you come off of that, and just Wednesday night, you put on a very clinical performance against St. Francis, a team, albeit a little bit undermanned. They had some people with some academic difficulties, but you don't have time to sit around and feel sorry for people in the Mid-Central Conference, and you certainly didn't. I thought in that game, Mike, your team probably passed the ball as well as I've seen them pass it in a number of years.
Well, we're one of the top teams in the country in assists per game. I think it's because of their unselfish play, and sometimes I think we're almost too unselfish, but they find the open man, and they take pride in making the right pass, and they take pride in their assists. And I think they're concerned about their assists. They want to see themselves do well. Where other guys are thinking about points, I think our kids are thinking about assists.
Well, you saw a lot of the highlights. You saw number 33 featured in there. He is one of the top players in the Mid-Central Conference, and you're going to get to meet William Walker next as we continue inside Bethel Basketball. Welcome back, and as promised, we're going to chat with one of the top players not only on this Bethel basketball team, but also in the Mid-Central Conference, and that's William Walker, the outstanding young man out of Michigan City, Indiana. And Will, I'm curious as to what sets this season apart from previous seasons for you in your Bethel career.
I think over the summer, me and Coach talked a lot about taking my game to another level. And that's just something I've been focused on doing, just coming out every day in practice with a high intensity and ready to get after it every day just to be better.
Mike, I know that's something you've been on him now since his freshman year about. What was it that you saw in Will Walker when you decided to recruit him?
Unlimited potential. I saw a lot of good things he could do offensively and defensively. Knew that he was going to continue to get better if he can practice every day and work hard, and he's done that. And so, I still think the sky's the limit for William Walker. He's one of our best players in the conference and one of the best players in the country. And, we're very proud of how he's matured and grown and developed as a basketball player and as a person.
Well, as a person, too, I think is one of the keys, because you admittedly have changed a little bit since you've come to Bethel. Talk about how the Bethel College experience has shaped you a little bit.
I think it was just good that I got to see a different perspective of how people are. Coming from Michigan City, it's a rougher environment, a little bit rougher environment than what I'm used to, than what I see at Bethel. And I think it was actually good just to see the difference in the two different places, and it just gave me a perspective of how people act in different ways.
Now you've decided to go into sports management. What's behind that decision?
I love sports. I mean, like any other athlete. I think I want to be a sports agent. I just like helping people, and down the line, I think it'd be a good field to go into, and also for myself, learn the background of different rules and stuff that goes along and different stuff like that.
Mike, as we take a look at a little bit of the footage of Will in action here, what stands out to you about his game right now?
Right now, I think the strength that we're seeing in Will is being able to do things away from the basket that really has helped us, because you cannot double down on him because he's attacking the rim like he did right there. He's been able to put the ball on the floor this year, been able to get to the free throw line a lot more, and then shoot free throws very well. So the combination just being more active, being more of a complete player and more versatile for us. He's doing a great job of passing the ball when he gets double teamed. He's getting lots of assists for us and very few turnovers, and so that's the complete player that we need in our program.
Well, it certainly showed Wednesday night against St. Francis. He had 16 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. I have to say, Will, that's probably one of the more complete games that I've seen you play. How did you feel about your performance in that game?
Lately, I've been really trying to focus on being more patient, especially with Wes Ladick stepping up a lot and Tyler Brown stepping up a lot. I don't feel the need that I need to score as much anymore, and I can step away from the basket and wait for my cutters to cut, see if they're open. It's just being more patient and watch what's going on around me. Now,
there was a nice article about him in the South Bend Tribune this week, and his parents say, we don't recognize that guy on the floor anymore. Why is there two William Walkers out there?
It's part of that being more focused and more intense when coming onto the floor. I attack the game now with more of a swagger. I have a little chip on my shoulder, a little bit more cocky than I used to be, and my parents see that. My mom don't like it sometimes, but I like that guy on the floor.
He's already put up some very impressive numbers. If his career ended today, God forbid, he'd be one of the top players in Bethel history. How good can this guy be?
Well, I think I really think there's a lot of growth in him. I think there's a lot of things he can do. He does so many things well for us. You can see he's scored over 1,000 points. He's going to have 1,000 rebounds. But I just think that, as he continues to grow and get stronger and he works hard at every facet of his game, I think he's going to be a complete player. And, he's going to go down as one of the best players ever in Bethel College history. And the great thing about that is he's got a passion to get better, and that swagger that he has is really just confidence coming out. That you can be a competitor on the court, and then you can be nice to people off the floor and be great in that situation. And I think he's matured and grown and understand his teammates need that type of confidence in him as he plays.
One of the things I've always been impressed with is your work ethic. You work so hard at your game. I've seen you put in countless hours at the free throw line, coming in at lunchtime and shooting free throws and trying to get better. What are your goals now as you go forward for the rest of your junior and then your senior year?
I just want to get better. Me and Coach talk all the time about what I can do to improve my game. And, started my freshman year just trying to find a role where I was going to be at. And then sophomore year, played with my back a lot to the basket. This year we stepped out a little bit from the basket, more mid-range game. And, whatever I can do to help the team, that's what I'm going to work on. So I think next we're going to work on defensive intensity a little bit more.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Well, we will see if that comes to fruition. We'll keep an eye on you. Best of luck to you in your future.